How's it going, guys? It's Max, and I'm back with another discussion video. I've seen some fans asking why it's taking so long for certain franchises to get new characters in BBTAG. I've even seen some Senran Kagura fans, out of anger, demand that more Senran Kagura characters, mainly Asuka, get added ASAP. Now trust me, I want more SK characters too. There's some that I need to get in this game, but you need to keep everything in perspective. BBTAG started off with 4 core franchises: BlazBlue, Persona, Under Night, and Ruby. Only 3 of those 4 had assets that could be reused for BBTAG. Ruby characters needed to be made from scratch. And so far, none of those 4 franchises have proper representation yet in BBTAG. Senran Kagura isn't even in the game yet, so it doesn't have the right to take priority over franchises that were already here from the very beginning. From what I've seen, Akatsuki BlitzCon fans have been vocal about who they'd like to see, but they aren't making any crazy demands. Of course, there's one franchise that has been in BBTAG for 6 months now, but still only has 1 rep, and that's Arcana Heart. I'm going to go over my theory for why it's been taking so long for a new Arcana rep to join, even though we have a new Ruby character and 2 new franchises coming in the next update next week. I'll explain my reasoning, but please keep in mind that this is just a theory. Looking at BlazBlue, Persona, and Uni, all 3 of these franchises have sprites that are high enough resolution that they don't take that much time to bring to BBTAG. The main concern when it comes to these characters is how their playstyle and moveset will translate over into BBTAG's systems and mechanics. Judging from how many characters we've gotten from these 3 franchises compared to the rest, this takes much less time than creating new characters from scratch. Ruby characters have to be made from the ground up, and they have a lot to consider. How should these characters look in a 2D fighting game? What should their movesets look like? Which outfits should they be wearing? What do the fans like? I'm pretty sure Arxis watched the show and were literally making notes about how each character fought, because there's so many references taken straight from the show. Fans love to see that, and all of that takes a lot of time. But personally, I'm hoping that maybe they've already started working on a couple more Ruby characters so we don't have to wait another year before the next one comes out. Between EVO 2018 and May of this year, Arxis created an arcade version of the game. For those who don't know, when it comes to taking a game from console and putting it in arcades, you can't just port the game. The arcade version has to be made completely from scratch. I can bet that took a huge amount of resources, and that's why we got only 4 characters after 9 months of waiting. But I don't think that's going to happen again. At the start of this year, Arxis started actively hiring more employees. The last major update for BBTAG was May 21st. And exactly 6 months later, we're getting 2.0 next week, which has a new story chapter, balance changes, new mechanics, and 9 new characters. On top of that, both the characters from last May as well as the 9 new characters will have special interactions. We're getting a lot more new content from this 6-month wait than we did the 9-month wait, and I think that's promising. So why did Ruby get a new rep but not Arcana Heart? I think the Arcana characters are easier than Ruby to add to the game because they have movesets to pull from and a set design for what they should feel and look like in a 2D fighter. The main issue is that their sprites need to be redrawn for BBTAG, but it looks like this is Examu's responsibility, not Arc's. If you take a look at the style of Heart's sprite compared to the sprites that we know Arxis made, it looks different, like it wasn't made the same way. But it looks similar to the sprite style Examu is known for. Back when Heart was revealed for BBTAG, Examu announced they were working on Arcana Heart 3 Love Max 6 Stars Extend. There weren't too many details given, but we know it's another update to their game and that the Shark Girl Pistrix will be joining the game. They also essentially said that the game has been in development hell, but they plan to release it this year. That was back in May, and we haven't heard anything since then. It doesn't seem like a 2019 release is likely at this point. With all of this going on, they definitely don't have the resources available to redraw new sprites. It can be pretty upsetting to see that, but it's no one's fault really. Things like this just happen from time to time. Just don't expect a new Arcana Heart character until we hear more about 6 Stars Extend. For Akatsuki Blitzcomp, I think Arc let Subtle Style handle redrawing Blitztank. French Bread had them redraw Akatsuki Sprite for Eunice, and I think Arc did the same thing for the tank. I took a look, and Subtle Style's last game was N9 Perfect Well, which came out almost a decade ago. It doesn't look like they're currently working on any new projects, so they should be able to handle any ABK characters that Arc wants in BBTAG. Hopefully it won't be too long before their next rep. Now, for Senran Kagura, it's easy to tell that ArcSys did Yumi's sprite. There's actually a Korean mobile game that has sprites for most of the SK characters. No, they're not reusing them, but between the console games showing the characters' potential movesets and the sprites from the mobile game giving a reference for what the characters should look like, I'd say the SK characters are easier to add than Ruby, but more time consuming than Arcana Heart. The bright side is that even now, Arc is still hiring new artists and expanding as a company to better handle all of their projects. Hopefully this means Senran Kagura gets reps at the same rate, or maybe even faster, than Ruby. What do you think the next season of characters for BBTAG should look like? Should their priority be on the more popular franchises? Should they focus on the core 4 that they started out with? Whatever your thoughts, comment them down below. I will likely have a live discussion about this on Twitch at some point after 2.0 is out, so be on the lookout for that. That's it for today. Thanks for watching.